Hey guys, let's quickly see how to run the 4 versus 4 league games. Okay, to start with, we will see the various positions, various zones, responsibility of each zone. Okay, to start with, we have the three different position, serve, receive position, and base position. Okay, so from the serve position or serve receive position, we will be transitioning to the base position. Okay, that's how the game we run the game. So serve position is pretty straightforward. We the position which we have to stick to when our team member is serving. Okay, with serve receive position, it's again pretty straightforward. The position which we have to stick while receiving the serve balls. Okay, after that we have to it's for the very first ball in a rally. Say in a rally, if we are getting 10 balls, the very first ball can be a serve ball or a serve receive ball, right? After that, we have to stick to the base position until we complete that rally. Okay, that's straightforward. So, and again, the with 4 versus 4, right? We have four zones: setter, left, right, and middle back. Okay, so the setter has to stand between the net line and the attack line. Unlike the 6 versus 6, 6 versus 6 will go stand up front, right? So we don't have to do that because if we do that, we'll have more ground to cover. We will open a lot of free zones. So we have to avoid that to the maximum possible. Okay, so the setter has to stand between the net line and the attack line. The left and the right person, right, the spikers, they should stay away from the away lines. So if you are staying like very close to the away line, right, if this is a straight line, see how big of the gap is open. Okay, so if you are standing in this position, we are bisecting that gap. So we are bisecting that gap to two equal halves. So now definitely the opponents can like put the ball there, but for that they have to put in like additional efforts. It's not pretty straightforward. Okay, that's the thing. And middle back again, he has to stay here, like a couple of steps from the middle, away line. Okay, so that's the position we have to stick to, and whatever position you are seeing here is the base position. So this is the position we all will be playing in most 99% of the game. Okay, the serve position and serve receive positions are like very minimal because it's for the only one ball. Okay, the next thing we will see is the responsibility of each positions. Okay, so before even seeing the responsibility, right? Let's discuss the game plan or the optimal way to run a 4 versus 4 game. Okay. So unlike 6 versus 6, in 4 versus 4 we have to cover a lot of ground, right? So having that in mind, it is easy for the opponents to place the drop. Okay. So said that if they are constantly placing the drops, right, there are two outcomes. One, we will lose the ball, which is the ball will die. They'll get the point. If not, we will somehow lift the ball, and we will not be able to optimally execute our plans. So that's what the opponents will be eyeing. So first thing, we need to make sure we need to stop the opponents from placing the drops. Okay, so there is no hitter here. So we have left spiker, right spiker, and middle back, right? We are naming them as spikers, but the responsibility is pick the first pass. Make sure the drop is not happening. Okay, that's the first responsibility each individual should take. Once we lift the ball, right? Say for example, if the ball, I'm coming from the worst case to the best case. Okay, the worst case is they are trying to place the drop. When they place the drop, we are defending it. Once we defend it, somehow try to lift the ball high. That's it. Keep it high. Okay, and once you keep the first pass high, the setter or someone else who is near the ball can lift it in an optimal way. Okay. Then once you lift the ball, the third pass, you can push it to the free zone. That's the second possible thing. Okay. And always make sure setter is having the first step, right to climb the second pass. Okay, if setter is claiming for the second pass, stay away from the like going for the ball. Okay, and for the setter, right? Again, we can discuss all these things in the setter responsibility, but the second ball obviously will be going to the setter's hand. Okay, has to be taken by the second setter. Okay, and once the setter pushes the ball somehow high, any of the person can whoever is near the ball can place the ball to the free zone in the opponent side. So that way we are again defending the opponents from taking the first good first passes. Okay, the third is the best possible case, which is we are getting like good laddu passes, like where we are able to like set it to the setter like lifting the ball high, and the spikers can come and play their role. Okay, whenever that is possible, let's stick to it. But that will be happening less when compared to the 6 versus 6 game. Okay, so here the strategy will be like based on how we are getting the balls. Okay. Okay, let's start with the setter's responsibility. Okay, setter has like many responsibilities. First thing, obviously, is setting. Okay, so setter should always climb for the second pass. Okay, if the setter is not able to get the second pass, he should call out something like help. Okay, so if the setter is calling out for help, whoever is near the ball can go play it. Okay, that's the expectation. Other responsibilities of setter is blocking the ball. Okay, so from here, right, so the base positions like this. Okay, you have to stick here. So basically in the complete friend zone, whenever there is a requirement for a block, the setter should cover the ground and make sure like he or she is blocking it. Okay, the second thing, the setter should identify, not only the setter, the whole team should identify whether the ball is going to be hit or it is a miss pass. If it is a miss pass, it is definitely not going to be a hit. So from here, right, the best possible place for the setter to move is come here. Okay, the setter should come here. Okay, that's one thing. So before even come, okay, the first thing is right. Like I would like the first thing is when it is a miss pass. Okay, when you think that it's not going, the hit is not going to happen, the setter should move down the line. That's one thing. Second thing, after moving, the setter should change his or her body to the based on how the ball is placed on the opponent side. So the ball can come from the left spiker, right spiker, or the middle back. Okay, from the opponent side, I'm talking about the free ball. The free ball can come from these three directions, right? So we should move and face the opponent in the direction in which the ball is coming. Okay, once you do that, your work will be half. Okay, say the setter is here and he's seeing that because that will give a better clarity of where the ball is going to be. Okay, so based on that, the setter will be able to cover all the front line tops. Okay, whatever comes in this zone, right, the setter is going to cover it. And again, there are like edge cases where we may get the ball here, those are like less likely. Okay, that we need to put additional effort to cover it. But again, the responsibility is definitely with the setter whenever there is a drop happening on a free ball. Okay, the second thing is once you start observing that, say for example, with the direction, right? Say for example, if the ball is coming in this direction, the setter should face it like this, and if it is coming from here, the setter should face like this. Okay, not only setter. If setter is like this, all other we have to stick to the diamond shape, right? So if this guy is like facing here, from here you have to scoot down a little bit to your right and face the opponent like this. Okay, once you do this, you will have a better visibility of the ball and you'll be able to tackle it. That's the idea. It's not only the setter, the whole team, the whole diamond structure should look to the direction from where the ball is coming. Okay. And second thing is, whenever the setter identifies that this is going to be a like hit, the setter should move to the block. Okay. And like with 6 versus 6, you can see back sets or best sets, but with 4 versus 4, it's going to based on, if you look at the opponent team setter, right, you can 90% identify where the set is going to be, to the left spiker or the right spiker. Based on that, the setter should go and go for the straight block, at least like have some hurdle, okay, so that it's not going to be a open ball for the opponent. Okay, it will put them into a situation where they need to put additional efforts to hit the ball. Okay, so the setter, they have to set, they have to block, and they have to collect the the front line drops on a free ball. So that's the responsibility of the setter. Okay, so the responsibilities of the left spiker and the right spiker is going to be obviously the same. Okay, so they have to consider two things. One is a free ball, one is a spike. Okay, whenever you are receiving the free ball, right, you should stick to this position. Okay, the setter is going to come here on free balls, right? So, and again, based on you again like need to make sure you are facing the opponent in the direction in which the ball is going to come. If like it's going to come from here, right, you can open more room here. Okay, so that's one way of like distracting them. Okay, not like too much, but like instead of the thing is, right, based on where the setter is standing, think of forming a diamond structure. Okay, it's tough to explain, but once you form that, it will be the optimal position. The same thing for the right spiker. If the setter is going here, make sure you're scooting back, sorry, you are moving back to your right, so that we stick to the diamond structure. It will be easy for us to collect the ball. Okay, so if the stretcher is standing this direction, right, if you move here, what will happen is you'll be able to like get the corner drops. Okay, and if the setter is facing this direction and you are still standing here, what will happen is this will be a broader gap, and it will be always tough for the setter to like change direction and run, go get the ball. Okay, so basically the setter has to set the angle, so they have to go here, change the direction from where the ball is reaching, a ball is coming from. The other the left and right has to adjust their positions accordingly. Okay, and as I said, whenever we are dealing with the free ball, the first responsibility to is get to avoid the drops, zero drops, and get the uh, get the first passes in optimal way. Okay, so that's what both the left and right has to do on a free ball. Okay, the second is whenever the attack ball is coming, right, the setter will go block here, or setter will go block here. Whenever that happens, you guys have to move completely forward to the middle line. So you guys have to move from here or here and collect the drops. So basically, when the setter is moving forward, like if the left and right should bisect this line, whatever ball is in this zone is belongs to the left, and whatever ball in this zone belongs to the left, sorry, this belongs to the right and this belongs to the left, and middle back should adjust based on the attacker and get the balls. Okay, and again, middle back, I'll come to the middle back responsibility, but like this is the responsibility of left and right. Okay, and the third responsibility of the left or right spiker is to always find the free zone, push the ball to the free zone. If not, be ready to spike the ball whenever possible. Okay, that's the responsibility of left and right. Yeah, the final position is the middle back. Middle back again, based on where the setter is facing, right, you have to adjust your position, and whatever ball is in this zone, right, completely is owned by the middle back. Okay, so if the say for example, right, if you are getting a ball in this direction, make sure you are receiving the ball here. Okay, you are like, if, okay, again you have to consider two things: free ball and spike ball. If it is a free ball, move until here. Okay, from your position, just scoot to the right direction here. Okay, and make sure free yourself to run and cover this ground. Okay, the same thing, if the ball is coming from this direction, move all the way here and make sure to run and cover this area. Okay, and one thing is, once you cover this for free balls, they will be trying to push the drops. We have to make sure the ball is not dying. Your response whenever the middle back is like trying to save the drop, right? The left and right has some role to do. Okay, you guys have to follow the middle back. If the setter is, if the middle back is running to collect the ball here, instead of standing here, try to like move a little bit here. Okay, so that it will be, you guys have to run together. It's not like this guy runs, take the ball is held, then this guy follows. If the ball is in this direction, you both have to run. This guy will take the first pass, and you guys have to lift the ball high. Either of these players will finish the ball. The same thing. If the middle back is here and trying to cover the ground here, right? The left side spiker should accompany the middle back, so that we are not losing the passes. Okay, so that's one thing. That's on the free ball. Okay, when it is a hit, if the setter goes for the draw block, setter is always, the plan is to go to the straight blocks. Okay, if they are going to the straight block, the ball will come here, make sure to get it. Okay, if the setter is not going for the straight blocks, right, the ball can go here or come here. That is the edge case, you cannot cover it. But when the setter goes for the straight block, make sure yourself align to the position from where the ball comes. You should be able to easily knock it down. Okay, so that's the responsibility of middle back as well. Okay, so we have covered, and again, whenever you are getting the free passes, make sure to put high passes, and the pass should not go here. Okay, the pass should reside here, this zone, this center place. It should not go beyond this space, and it should go like, it should like come like a half egg actually. Okay, a mountain structure, a peak should be, it should not be like this cut passes. It should be like this. Okay, so that way it will be easy for the setter to either set the ball. So when the middle back is getting the good first passes, right, setter can set between left spiker and right spiker. Okay, when the first pass is on the left spiker, it is the thing is, right setting will be tough. But whenever the middle back is having the opportunity to receive the first pass, make sure you are giving the ball in a high in a high and a possible slow manner, so that the setter can use both the left and right spikes. Okay, so that's it. This is like all like theory, guys, like based on like what games we have observed. Let's try to follow this, and and also if you are finding it okay, I am yet to describe the serve receive position. Okay, but again, as I said, these are like theories. I'm not sure how it is going to get executed in reality. For that we need more practice, but we'll at least try to digest this. Okay, and one final thing we have to look for is the serve receive position. We'll just look that in the next slide. So the quick thing, right? While receiving the serve, this is the base position. The middle back should move forward. The left spiker and the right spiker should go backward. The reason is to close the gap. Okay. And another thing is, right, the reason we are doing this structure is, you might think the middle back can, if the middle back stands here, right, you can think the middle back can go forward and take the first pass. What will happen is, the first pass will not remain in our court, it will go to their court, then it will be a laddu first pass for them. Okay, and the chances of they receiving and hitting will be more. So that we should not let that happen, right? So we need to make sure we are holding the first pass in our side. That's the reason we are following this strategy. Okay, and again the left and right don't go super back. Okay, try to stand in the exact middle position. The same thing. If you are doing like this, right, the opponent should put additional effort to place the ball elsewhere. If they try to put the ball to the back zone, right, we can easily judge whether the ball is going out or not. If we are able to judge, we can happily leave the ball. We can get the serve down, and we can get the ball into our hands. Okay, and again, don't go to the extreme corners. This is even not the right place. Let's stick to this. Okay, and one more important thing to uh, consider while receiving the serve, right? If the person is serving from here, make sure everybody is pointing in this direction. Okay, the ball will come like this only. Okay, this guy should move. Middle back should move here. Right should even move extreme here. Okay, and the left should can stay straight. The ball will only be between here. Okay, they cannot go somewhere here or something like that. Okay, the same thing. If it is going from here, we should face the. Actually, we should. Everybody should face the server. Okay, the person who is serving, so that we can easily take the first passes. Okay, and based on where if so again the setter, right, in this position, if you are receiving the ball, move to your right, because the first pass is going to come in this direction. Okay, the same thing, because on this ball, if you are still standing here, it is going to be tough for you to set. Okay, the ball will come in this direction only, and when the server is serving from here, however middle back or this right receives the ball, right, the ball will come in this direction. Okay, so make sure you are changing your body based on the place by just see the position from where the server is serving. Okay, based on that, just adjust to the adjust your positions, and make sure everybody stick to what you want to do. Okay, this gives you the idea of what are the responsibility of each and every person. Okay, this is the level of game we have understand so far. There are many other things to learn. We will do that going forward, but one thing we were doing earlier is we don't know how to handle all the situations, right? Now we know how to handle situations. We know the theory, we have to apply that in reality. Okay, so that's the thought process behind making this video. Okay, so let's give our full effort, and see how let's find the optimal outcome. Okay, thank you guys, bye.